Welcome to Hard Talk. I'm Jonathan Charles. There's an undeclared war going on there, and it could have wide repercussions for us all. The instability enables drug smugglers to flourish and provides a hiding place for Taliban fighters and Al-Qaeda militants. The place is the oil and gas-rich Pakistani province of Balochistan. The area, neighbouring Afghanistan, is in open revolt against Pakistan's government. My guest on Hard Talk today is a Balochistan nationalist and a member of Pakistan's Senate. Sanaullah Baloch, welcome to Hard Talk. You're a nationalist. You're someone who wants a lot more autonomy for your region, more political freedom from Pakistan. Why?
Thank you, Jonathan, for Hard Talk. Every human being has this right to ask for more autonomy, because in today's world you cannot ignore the rights of the basic human beings. And the people of my region, the people of Balochistan, have been neglected, have been ignored from their basic political, social and economic rights from the very beginning. Balochistan is a region, as you know, it's a Kurdistan of South Asia and Southwest Asia. We are divided in 3 states. And most of the power base like Tehran and Islamabad never respected the basic rights of the people of Balochistan. And
you've got 6 million people, and it's an area very rich in oil and gas. Is this about money, only about money?
It's about it's about the political rights, it's about the economy, it's about the money, and it's about the acceptance of our identity, because we are sorry to say that in Pakistan, when Balochistan incorporated in Pakistan, it has been said that all the rights of the people of Balochistan will be protected through constitutional guarantees, and it will be safeguarded. It was said by Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the father of forefather of the Pakistan movement and the Pakistan struggle. But sorry to say that in Pakistan, mostly military ruled Pakistan's institutions. Nobody respected that constitutional guarantees, that constitutional safeguard which was there to protect the basic human rights. We produced Pakistan's most of the gas. We produced Pakistan copper, gold. We produced uranium. We are the Balochistan provide strategic depth to Pakistan, and Pakistan gets its 70% access to the sea via Balochistan.
Isn't that struggle, though? I mean, they may well be laudable aims, but isn't your struggle a very dangerous one? You're already in an area of great instability. You neighbour Afghanistan, you're neighbouring Helmand province, where British troops are currently fighting the Taliban. It's an area which is already very unstable. Doesn't another struggle just add to the instability? I think
it's a duty of mostly the powerful people, those are sitting in Islamabad. It is their duty to think about this issue, that why they are sending troops to kill their own people in Balochistan instead of controlling Taliban, instead of controlling issues on their rest of the borders. It's not the duty of normal illiterate Baloch people, because my region is one of the less illiterate region in the South Asia. Less than 20% people are literate. They have not waged this instability. They have not waged this war against the state. It's the state who is responsible to think about the instability of Afghanistan, Iran, Pakistan and rest of the South Asia.
Your tribal chiefs are not blameless, though, are they? When
no.
I've been to Quetta, I've been to your regional capital. When I talk to people there, they say, actually, Al-Qaeda and Taliban often get transit through tribal areas. They're not stopped by the tribal chiefs. Sometimes money changes hands to allow tribal chiefs to enable these people to go through tribal areas.
Jonathan, British forces are not just right now in Afghanistan and Balochistan. The British forces have been in this part of the world some 200 years before, and they have faced that the Balochis are very secular in their mindset. Balochis are very secular in their attitude. Balochis are very secular in their political and tribal life, and not a single Baloch has ever supported any pro-Al-Qaeda and pro-Taliban element in Balochistan. Today we share 832-kilometer long border with Afghanistan, but mostly in some northern part of Balochistan, maybe this infiltration is going on into Afghanistan, and we can can cope with this situation. If you have a very reasonable and responsible political authority and administration in Balochistan, you can clearly control it, and it cannot be controlled to only blaming the tribals, only blaming the civilians. States are responsible.
Why can't the tribal chiefs stop this transit, though? Why can't they stop Taliban and Al-Qaeda transiting their territory?
As I told, that this transit is not taking place from the tribal areas. Presently, where the
British intelligence dispute that. I've spoken to British intelligence officers, and they say they believe they are going through the tribal areas. They come out of Afghanistan, they travel, they move into the tribal areas in Balochistan. These are areas which allow the Taliban and Al-Qaeda to rest, to rearm, to actually regroup.
I think the British intelligence should go and see the archives of 1839, 1814 and 1869 when the British went to Afghanistan to fight against the Afghanis after the first Afghan war. There are different tribal areas. Some are Baloch tribal areas, some Pashtun tribal areas. Baloch tribal, we do not share any tribal border with Afghanistan. We share a very common border with Afghanistan where there is no tribal influence. Mostly Baloch society has been mild. It has been completely diluted. Peoples are now more social, more political in their attitude. In the eastern part of Balochistan, we have some tribal presence. We have some tribal...
So you're saying there's not a single instance where they transited Baloch territory?
No, I can confirm it, and it has been written, it has been mentioned through the different international respectable journalists that from the northern part of Balochistan, some infiltration is taking place. And as I mentioned, it's not the duty and responsibility of the tribal leaders, it's the duty of the government and the state to protect it through administrative, political and economic measures.
But maybe if the government, the national government, was not so busy fighting your insurgents, fighting the militants who want Balochistan nationalism, they would also be able to concentrate on combating Al-Qaeda and Taliban in that region.
I say, we have told the federal government, we are not fighting with the federal government. This is the federal government who imposed a war on the people of Balochistan. They have sent their fighter jets, they have sent their gunship helicopters, they have sent their military and paramilitary forces in Balochistan. They are arresting, they are kidnapping, they are disappearing the political activists of people.
But if there was no fighting at all, whoever started it, there could be more border security.
We totally agree, and we have given this options to the federal government. Still we are ready. Still we are ready. There should be a ceasefire. If ceasefire can happen in Miran Shah, in Waziristan, in tribal areas of NWFP, then why it cannot be happen in Balochistan? We are ready. We are ready to support this process. We are part of Pakistan. We want this all issues should be resolved through political and democratic means. But I said that the military mindset, the present regime, thinks that everything can be resolved through the barrel of guns. They are fighting their own people.
Well, let me just tell you something else I heard on a trip to Quetta about drug smuggling. People say to me there, drug smuggling takes place through Balochistan, through Baluchi tribal areas. It always has done. It's a long-running business, and it helps to fund some of the tribal chiefs.
If we had this type of support, Jonathan, I can promise you, the situation in this region will not be like this. Entirely different. Balochis, as I mentioned, yes, we are the second largest province in Iran, Sistan Balochistan province. We are the largest province of Pakistan, and we share the largest border with the Afghan provinces where some of the drug business is going on. But as I mentioned, there are under paramilitary and military forces. We have, because I was